Alright, today we're visiting Russia. Now we're going to show you some stamps that were made from 1889 to 1917. Look at this beautiful stamp. Come up right close so you can see. Look at that. Had to go through the double printing. Isn't that beautiful? So elegant looking. Beautiful. And that one is a 14. Now look at this, a 15. Look how beautiful. These are all unused. Look at the condition, the beautiful condition. Perfect. Really nice. This is one that collectors will definitely enjoy viewing. So if you know of any collectors that'll definitely want to see these, send it right to them. There's a 20. Look at that. A little different in design, but so elegant looking. That's just cool. Alright, now we got this great big one here. Look at that. All unused. That one is so beautiful. Perfect condition. Unused. Beautiful. And we have this one here, which is a 1. And we got some more of these beautiful ones. Here's a 70. Excellent condition. Here we have a 50. Beautiful. It's hard to think that these stamps have lasted over 100 years. Just paper. But they're worth a lot. They're beautiful. Here's a 35. Here's a 25. Made their stamps elegant looking. Very nice. Here's another great big one. That's a 1. We have a 2. A 3. A 4. A 5. A 7. Look at that. Look how it changed. Well, no, it didn't change. It just looks so different. Huh. Oh, I think it's a little wider. Might be a little wider of a stamp, that's why. Looked like it was different. And then a 10. As you notice, the 1 was up there that we already showed. And we got this one lonely one here. And put that one in there too. Still the same time frame. Alright. Well, these ones were the very beginning, and they're the beautiful ones. Now I hope you've enjoyed my bringing these to you. Be sure to sub me, join me as a friend, and by all means, share the video with other stamp collectors from around the world. Alright now, bye-bye. Okay, we have some very interesting stamps here. I do believe that quite a few of these are considered rare. And this is from Sarawak and Saudi. Old postage stamps. First we'll start with this one here. Just the 15 cents. And we have these two here. Very interesting. A 20 and a 50. Aren't they just lovely? They had to go through the double printing and stuff. One for the frame and one for the portrait. These are very lovely stamps. As you can see, kept in a book like this, they're in good condition. Alright, and we got one more way over here. Look at this one. Love it. It's so pretty. A 20-cent one. Now we get into the Saudi, and I believe that these two airplane ones here would be considered rare. You have a 10, which is in purple and white, right here. Cool airplane there. And then you have this 2, pretty much in an orange. Orange wasn't used that much for stamps, but this one's an orange. I think you can find them interesting. Okay, and then we have a few other stamps right here. Very interesting. This is kind of like a 5 tan color. And we have one here, a little bit of a pale red. Very interesting stamps. And this one here, pretty much of burgundy. And this is 1/4. The writing goes the other way. The picture goes this way, but the writing goes this way. See that? It says 1/4. The writing's that way, but the picture's this way. I don't know if that's an error or if that's just the way they made the stamp. Definitely different, isn't it? If you know, by all means, leave it in a comment. Just a 1/4. I don't know how they got 1/4 of cents back in them days. I don't know. Alright, I hope you've enjoyed my bringing you these few. Be sure to sub me, join me as a friend, and we'll bring you some more of wherever we travel. Alright, bye-bye now. Okay, today we're visiting Spain. I don't know why this one has a hole. Almost looks like, is that the way they marked it at the post office? Not totally sure. It's a perfect round. Very different. So if you know anything about that, by all means, leave it in a comment. Let the rest of us know. Okay? In the meantime, let's go see what else Spain has to offer. Look at this beautiful one right here. Got a blue. That one's a 40C. A green, which is 5 cents. A 10, 10 cents. 15. And this one here is a 10. Very different, isn't it? Then here. it's red, it's a little harder to see, isn't it? Then we have a blue one. Love all the elegance around the portrait. It's so beautiful. Look at that. This one's a 2. It's a 1, una. $15. A $25. Beautiful. A $30. A $50. So this is a 94. So these are some really good old ones. The one I brought to you at the very beginning, I find very interesting. And this one here. Elegant, ain't they? Another one. Beautiful. This one's a 50. Oops. Oh, can't forget this one. A 15. An elegant one here. A 5. A 15. 25. Another 25. Alright, well, we've got a few more here on this other page. These ones are a little bit more common right here. 15. A 1. 25. 80. 40. 60. 50. Now this is rather different. Look at this one. A 5. Very different, huh? And at 30, that's seen better days. Alright, I hope you've enjoyed my bringing these to you. Be sure to sub me, join me as a friend, and we'll travel around the world some more, viewing old and rare postage stamps. Bye-bye now. Alright, today we're visiting Straits Settlements. Visiting some of their old postage stamps. And we have a few here. Look at this. Beautiful 10. Kind of in a, like a yellowish, creamy color paper. Postage revenue. And we have a 10 blue. And look at this one. 50 in green. Isn't that something? Very different. Okay. Then we have a 5 cent. It says 1907. Here's another 5 cents in brown. Postage revenue. Okay, now here comes another one that I think is rather rare. Look at this. Kind of like on a, not really orange, but maybe a faded out orange kind of paper. These are a different color paper. I wonder why they done that. If you happen to know, leave it in a comment. I don't know if this was during any wartime or something. It's just different. 4 cents. It's another 4 cents. Alright, look at this one. A 3 cent. Another 3 cents, a 4 cents, another 4 cents, a 1 cent, and another 1 cent. Alright, so very interested in these colored ones. Now let's go to the next page that we have a few more. Alrighty. Right here are 2 cents. And a 6 cents. A 12 cents. Here we have a 3 cents. And a 12 cents. Okay, now here's some more that are rather interesting. Look at this. A 2 cents. A 4 cents. Look at these. 5 cents. And a 3 cents. Alright. I hope you've enjoyed my bringing these to you. Be sure to sub me, join me as a friend, and share these videos with other stamp collectors or dealers. Let them all see what's out there. Alright, bye-bye now. Alright, here we have some very nice Mauritius postage stamps. These two here I think might be considered rare, especially the one that says 2 pence, this blue one. I do believe that is definitely a rare one. So we have one that says 4 cents, but the other one says 2 pence. And this is the interesting one. If you know something about it, go ahead and leave it in a comment. I'd like to kind of know what year this one's from. Kind of how rare it really is. Because it's definitely an interesting one. For it to say 2 pence. Which is different. Alright. So if you know, by all means, leave it in a comment. Let the rest of us know. It's always nice to share. And if you don't know, but you know a stamp collector who might have the answer, by all means pass this video along to them. Because it's something everyone who watches the video will probably like to know. Alright, I'd appreciate it, of course. Thank you. Alright, so let me show you what else we have. We have a 1 cent. And with that same design, a 2 cent. All seem to be like in different colors. Here's another 2 cents. Get that with the little ship in the corner and everything. They have different pictures in them. This one's got a ship. This one here up there, that first one, was a different ship. Oh, those two have the same ship. And they changed the ship in the corner here. Changed a few of the pictures for this 2 cents. Now look at these two. Their cent value is written in red, which makes it really different. That is a 4 cents. And this one here, the color is very interesting. Almost like didn't come out the way it was supposed to. Almost like maybe the green had a little bit of yellow thrown in there. And then of course it has 3 cents written in red. So both of these are rather interesting because of the red writing on them. But especially the 3-cent one because of the color of the stamp. And then of course we have a blue one who's a 4 cents. And this 4 cents is also written in red. But this was printed on blue paper, which I think makes that a little different too. Then we have a regular 6-cent one. Okay, and this extra stamp was hanging around. I threw him right in there. But I think out of them all, the most interesting one is this blue one here. Alright. Hope you've enjoyed looking at some of these. Be sure to sub me, join me as a friend, and share the video with other stamp collectors. Alright, bye-bye now. Alright, here we are bringing you some of the old Victoria stamps. Alright, here we go. Look at this one here, the 1 penny. It's even stamped Victoria right on it. Look at that. That's rather cool. Very different to see, that's for sure. And there's this tiny little one right here. That's a 1/2 penny. And it's a Victoria stamp. It's nice when I do the Victoria coins and everything, and then it's like, wow, this is cool. Alright, and this is a 3 pence. Victoria 3 pence. This one I really haven't seen before at all. Look at the design of that. It's written postage on the inside underneath her. And it's all laid out. Nicely designed. Really a good size stamp too. Very pretty. Alright, then we have this other one that is also stamped Victoria. Right on it. Look at that. It's a 1D. Now look at the 2 upper right hand corners. I think that's what makes this one very elegant and rare. Very nice. If you know the year of this one, by all means, leave it in a comment. Let the rest of us know. That is a really nice stamp. To have it also stamped Victoria, that's cool. To have that in my collection. Very nice. And then I have this one that's a 2 pence. Beautiful purple. Nicely shade. Very nice. I love all the design, you know, around the picture and everything that they do with some of the old stamps. Instead of the simpleness, they put a lot of details in all the design. Because, you know, these are plates. They're not just take a picture. So that's what makes these beautiful. And look at this one. Also a 2 pence, but differently designed than the other 2 pence. This is a stamp duty. Wow. Stamp duty. Well, that's different. I haven't seen one that said stamp duty. 2 pence. Stamp duty. Alright. Very nice. Well, I hope you've enjoyed my bringing these to you. Be sure to sub me, join me as a friend, and by all means, share these videos with other stamp collectors. Let them see some of our history. Beautiful artwork. Historical artwork. Bye-bye now. Okay, today we're visiting Switzerland. I think these are beautiful. Look at these. You know, this is a work of art because they didn't take the picture and put it on a stamp back then. They had to make the plates. So that was a work of art in order to create this on a plate with all its detail and everything. It's so beautiful. I love it. These are cool, just like these are too. All of these, they're kind of neat. Alright, let me take you through all that we have from Switzerland. Starting with this 10 one, 1931. And up in this side too, we have another 1931. Alright, then we get into these here. This one's a 10. Then we have a 40. Look how this one has the two different colors, so that had to go through printing twice. Once for the bluish kind of design and the other one for the orange. This is where some become valuable when they go back through the second printing and they're put upside down or something like that. Then they end up out in the public before they catch it and correct it. But of course that's not the case for this one. And we have two different 5s. We have the brown one here. And then underneath, right there, you see in good condition and everything, a green one. And we have a 2. And we have another 2 in brown. Franco. A 10. A 20. A 25. And a 40 in black and white. All very nice ones. I like these. Okay, and we have another 20 here. Let me get down to some of these. Here's a 10. A little harder to see the picture because of the postal stamping. And this one here. That one has a 10. This one, I believe, oh, it's a 12. Brown one's a 12. And the horse and bugle, it's a 20. Then we have the little fella, he's a 3. And a 5. Then we have these ones here, 10. And kind of like a turquoise, 10 purple. 15 in purple. See, it says 1920. Another the 20 in 1920. And of course you can see underneath the other one that's also a 20 in good condition here. And then a 30. And these that I find very interesting. Look at that. So beautifully designed. I love it. Franco. 50. A 30. I think that's 1910. A 25. A 20. These are pretty. I love these. Beautiful ones. Okay. And the last row here. 1958, 10. 1960, 20. 25. And a 30. Alright. Well, I hope you've enjoyed my bringing these to you. Be sure to sub me, join me as a friend. And if you wish, you may always fan find me That's that little eye in the upper right hand corner. That allows me to get out there and get some more of these great finds and bring them right to you in video form. I'd appreciate it. Alrighty, bye-bye now. Okay, today we're visiting Tunis. We have some rather rare ones here. Look at this one. This one's really nice. Look at that. It's a 1F. And this had to go through the printing twice. Once for the burgundy going around and everything. And then for the center picture, it had to go back in. And some of them end up really valuable when the printing going back through a second time ends up upside down or something. But of course, that's not the case for this one. This one's all the right side. But look how beautiful that stamp is. Really nice. Alright, let's take a look at some of the other old ones here. Look at this. This is a 1. Kind of in an olive color. They had the simple colors, you know, before all the bright colors come out. So, this is one of the simple ones. This is a 1. And here we have a 2. Pretty much in the burgundy color. Doesn't quite show up so well. And in a more red. Look at that, now you can really see good on a 3. Really nice. And then you have a 25. Okay, then the style kind of changed. We went to having some nice ladies. So here we have a 1C. And we have a 2. One is kind of like an orange. I believe it might have been meant to be red. It's more orangey kind of look. Here's a 2C. Pretty much in a greenish tint to it. Like a deep green. Then we have a 3C, which is the black and white. Then another 3C that came out in blue. Changing the design a little bit. See the sides and everything? Design kind of changed. The 3C and then the 5C. So these two designs kind of changed. And then of course the one we brought to you at the very beginning, this one right here, the 1. Alright, I hope you've enjoyed my bringing you this video. Be sure to sub me, join me as a friend, and share this video with other stamp collectors. Alright, bye-bye now. Okay, today we're going to start with showing you some Gibraltar old postage stamps. They may actually be considered rare to top it off. Here's a 5. Very different. Here we have a 10. Here we have a halfpenny. A 1 penny. These are revenues. And a 3 halfpence. These are some rather different ones, huh? Very unique to look at. Now, let's take you to some India stamps. We had a few of those. Here we have one right here. And another one. These are a little different. I think this looks like a 1. Even though the picture's the same, this one's a 6 NP. So there is a difference between them. Even though they kind of look the same, they are different. Okay. And here we have a 50 NP. And we have a few of these. Here's a 10 NP and a 20 NP. Very nice. And we have this one, 15 NP from India. This is just cut right off from the envelope itself. When in the days where you had the postage and the envelopes together. And then here we have this one here, 6AS. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Alright, I hope you've enjoyed my bringing you these postage stamps. Some of these are considered rare. And stay tuned for more as we travel around the world looking at old and rare postage stamps. Alright, bye-bye now. Alright, here we have some old and rare Romania stamps. Some are just old, some are rather rare. I think this one here may fall in the line of rare. And it took 2 printings to get this. One for the brown and white, and the other, of course, for the red face, for the portrait in the center. But let me take you through all that we have, because some of these are pretty old. Some of them are common. This you would find as a common one. And we go down here. This one's interesting. 1.5. Benny. Here is a 1. And they started coming out a little bit smaller here. Here we have a 3. Then we have a 15. Almost looks like it says 93 for the year. Not totally sure. Definitely a nice old, rare, and vintage one. And we have that one there. And that is a 1.5. Okay, then we got this one here. It's a little more common. Then we get back down to here. We have a 15. Here we have a 25. We have a 10. It says 6 October 896. Probably means 1896. What do you think? Interesting, that's for sure. Here we have a 3. Beautiful one. Nicely designed. Then we have a 5. I believe this one's a rather rare one. And here we have a 15. a 3, a 10, another 1.5, rather smaller than the other ones. He's a small one. And then a 15. Okay, and we have the one we brought to you at the very beginning. Right here, the 1. And we have a 5. A 20 in purple. These are very elegant looking. 25. A 50. This one says 1904. And we have here a 2. Same portrait in a 1. And we have a 10 of the young boy. A 3. And a 1. Right here we have a 4. Ah. Wait a minute, 4. Oh, right there, 6. It almost looked like it was just an E. Okay. Tax to plate. Number 10. That's a nice old one. 25. And this one here, also a 25. Okay, so I think maybe the rarest one will be this one right here out of this video. If you know better, by all means, leave it in a comment. I'd appreciate that, and so would everybody else who looks at this video. All learning. So between this one here and that one there are a couple of nice oldies. Alright, I hope you've enjoyed my bringing these to you. Be sure to sub me, join me as a friend, and if you wish, you may always fan from me. That's that little eye in the upper right hand corner, and that will allow me to get right out there, find some more great finds, and bring them right to you in video form. Alright, bye-bye now. Look at this one, ain't this special, huh? Okay, in this video we have stamps from 4 different countries, some of the old stamps. We have St. Kitts Nevis, Sudan, Dutch, and Uganda. I really like this stamp. This is a 1 penny stamp. Look at this. In order to make this stamp, it had to go through the printing twice. And you had to make sure the picture was right side up. I mean, a lot of stamps that did get out and that are very valuable is when the picture was upside down. This is a 1 penny. Very nice. Good old one. Alright. And here we have, right here, also a 1 penny, but because it's all red, you could hardly see. Which is probably why they went and they changed it and put a black and white portrait inside. Also a 1 penny, shaped the same design, same portrait inside, only instead of having the portrait red, they went to black and white. So these are some pretty cool stamps to have. Alright, they wanted to be seen. They wanted people to recognize. Alright, and then here we have another one here. Twopence halfpenny. Alright. So that takes care of these. I really love that stamp. That's a beautiful stamp. Okay, now we move on to the next one, which is Sudan. We have a 10 right here. And then we have one that was taken right from the airmail letter. And we have one Dutch. Syrian. Okay, and a group of 4 from Uganda. Alright, hope you've enjoyed my bringing these to you. Only a few from a few different countries, but boy, that first one really had me good. Really loved that one. Let me get right to it again. Yeah, that one, right there. Really a nice one. Alright, be sure to sub me, join me as a friend. If you wish, you may always fan fund me. That'll allow me to get out there and find some more of these great finds. That's that little eye in the upper right hand corner. I'd appreciate that. And I'd be able to bring them right to you in video form, so you get something back in return. Alright, bye-bye now. Okay, here we have a few of the early U.S. postal stamps. So we'll bring them right to you. Starting with this one here. A 2 cents. Another 2 cents. All just a little bit different. Somehow, see how that's, you can see the difference? Okay. So another one really looks slim neck, huh? Yeah, the 2 cents up there. And some more 2 cents. But this one's really different, isn't it? Some are marked so much you can't really see too much, huh? It's all in the way the post office stamped it to show that it was used. Different design though on that one, huh? Going all around. And we get into different colors, the 3 cents. And another 3 cents. So just a little different. Oops. Then we get down here. Another 3 cents. Almost makes it look like it's on cloth. Fancy lace. And if you notice in the bottom it says US. So that makes it different. Then right here, 3 cents. So these two are really rather different here. Okay, then we have a 4 cent in brown. 4 cents. That was the Christmas one, 1962. And 4 cents of Lincoln. And we have a few other ones here. 20 cents. A 25 cents. A 30 cents. And a 50 cents. Alright. Well, I hope you've enjoyed my bringing these to you. Be sure to sub me, join me as a friend, and we'll bring you some more of the old postage stamps as we find them. Alright? Bye-bye now. Alright, today we're bringing you some old postage stamps from Iraq. Look at that. Got a beautiful scenery. Of course, I don't know the other words that are on there. That's a beautiful postage stamp. Alright, now let me take you to the rest that we have from Iraq. I have this one here, which is 2. And we have a 3. We have a 4. We have a 5. And we have an 8. And down here we have a 2. And a 1/2 Anna. That is really strange to see Iraq using the same pictures and everything to have a 1/2 Anna. I do believe that might be considered a real stamp. Alright, and then we have another one here that is a 5, but this one's blue. The other one was a different shade. A different person. Alright, so we have the 1/2 Anna. That is very, very different. And then this one down here. That is very different. And it's also a 1/2. Alright, I hope you've enjoyed my bringing these to you. Be sure to sub me, join me as a friend, and we'll bring you some more. Bye-bye now. Okay, today we're visiting some of the French colonies. Okay, starting with this one here. Here's a 1-cent stamp. Beautiful waterfall. Now this one here is a reunion. You got the RF in each upper right hand corner and 15. This is a rather interesting stamp right here. Very nice. Okay, then we have a 2C. look at this one. Here's a 1. That is something else. That's a different stamp for sure. Very nice. And we have this one here, a 25. See the 2 different colors in it. Turn around and see they have put pretty much like the orange in it, which is different. Okay, and here you have the 1 cent. Now let's take you to the next page that has some more for the French colonies. Starting right out top here with the 2 cents. See how this had to go through the printing twice. Once for the black and white and the other for the red. So you had to put it back through. And you had to make sure you put it back through right so that the picture itself would not be upside down. Because a few of them have passed through, went to market, upside down, and of course those will be the valuable ones today. But definitely not the one that I have. Okay. Now this one here, look at this. Also had to go through the printing twice. Once for the black and white and once for the pink or red. Okay, now you see it had 15, but that was crossed out to be 2. So that makes a difference in history. Now look at these. These are rather interesting because to find an old stamp like this and kind of yellow, and they got some vivid colors here. This yellow, 1 cent, Togo. And the 2 cents was in a bright blue. Look at that deep blue. And then another 2 cents in the red. Very interesting colors for these 3. Okay, and we have one more right here. $1. Alright, I hope you've enjoyed visiting a few of the French colonies. Stay tuned for more. Bye-bye now.